Jimin gets honest about turning 30. I don't want to grow old. RM's money disappeared into the wrong hands. RM slipped up and accidentally revealed information about BTS that wasn't meant to be public. And BigHit faces backlash amid fan claims that V has been excluded. Watch until the end to hear all the details. Jimin gets honest about turning 30. I don't want to grow old. On October 13th, BTS's Jimin went live on Weverse to celebrate something big, his 30th birthday. But this wasn't just any birthday. It was his first one since finishing his military service in South Korea back in June. That made it especially emotional, both for him and for fans around the world who had been waiting to see him again in this new chapter of his life. Jimin didn't throw a flashy party or show off a big cake. He kept it low-key and honest, just like he usually does. He admitted that birthdays aren't really his thing, and he's not a fan of sweets anyway. Instead of cake, he had a bowl of myeokguk, which is seaweed soup traditionally eaten on birthdays in Korea. Even so, he said he felt deeply moved by the massive wave of birthday wishes he received from fans. The love and support clearly meant a lot to him. When he started talking about turning 30, Jimin didn't try to pretend he was thrilled about it. He was honest, saying it felt just okay. He didn't sound too happy about getting older, and in that moment, he felt very down to earth. Here was one of the world's biggest stars, and yet he was quietly admitting something millions of people feel too, that growing older can be hard to accept. As the livestream continued, Jimin gave fans a rare look into his daily routine. These days, he's been working long into the night and going to bed around 9 in the morning. He explained that he's currently recording music for the next BTS project, although he didn't go into much detail. It's still too early to say more, he explained, but he seemed both excited and nervous about how fans will react once they finally get to hear it. Jimin also talked about some changes he's made to his lifestyle. He hasn't been drinking alcohol much lately because he finds that it leaves him feeling too tired the next day. But one thing he's really into now is running. While he doesn't enjoy most forms of exercise, he said running is different for him. When he puts on a song he likes and runs to it, it makes him feel like he's in a movie scene, like he's the main character. It's one of the few things that helps him feel that kind of rush. Later, he got more personal and shared what he's been missing the most: the stage. He said he often dreams of performing again, of dancing and singing in front of fans, and being in that moment with them. He spoke with admiration about Jin and J-Hope, who both held solo concerts. He was impressed by how they handled everything themselves: the performance, the stage direction, the entire show. Watching them reminded him of how strong and capable they are, and it made him want to give his best when BTS eventually returns to the stage as a group. He reflected on how cool it was to see his bandmates shine on their own and take full control of their concerts. It clearly left an impact on him, giving him both inspiration and a sense of pride. He seemed genuinely motivated to match that same energy and effort when it's his turn again. Why does Jimin receive hate from BTS's own fandom? Jimin recently faced unexpected online hate after doing a live broadcast to celebrate his birthday. During the live stream, Jimin opened up about a memory from his time in the military. He said that one day, he and Jungkook had gone for a run together while listening to a song from the anime movie Your Name. For him, that moment felt like something out of a film: peaceful, emotional, and special. Many fans watching the live stream felt moved by the story. They saw it as a sweet reminder of the bond between the two members. But not everyone reacted with kindness. After the live stream ended, a post began circulating online that was filled with angry comments about Jimin. The person behind the post claimed that Jimin talks about Jungkook too often and accused him of bringing up his name just to get attention. Others in the comment section took things even further. It became clear that the criticism wasn't coming from the general public or casual fans. Instead, it seemed to come from a specific group within the BTS fandom itself. These people argued that Jimin should avoid talking about Jungkook, especially when it involved personal memories like the one from their military service. Some even suggested that what Jimin said was inappropriate, although he never said anything disrespectful. This sudden wave of hate left many fans shocked and confused. A lot of people rushed to support Jimin, saying that his story had been completely harmless and clearly heartfelt. They didn't understand how such a simple and personal memory could make people so angry. To them, it didn't make sense that a warm moment between two friends was being turned into something ugly. Throughout the livestream, Jimin had been calm and gentle. He didn't criticize anyone, didn't bring up drama, and didn't try to make headlines. He was simply sharing a quiet part of his life, something idols rarely do, especially when it comes to their time in the military. His intention was to open up to fans, not to start any kind of trouble. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. In today's online world, even the most innocent comments can be taken out of context. There was a time when being a BTS fan, or a K-pop fan in general, meant being part of something truly special. It was about love, excitement, and a shared appreciation for the artists who poured their hearts into their music. Fans supported one another, celebrated every achievement, and created a sense of community that felt powerful and positive. But over the years, something has shifted. What was once filled with warmth and unity has, in some corners, turned into hostility and division. Love has been replaced with hate, and support has been overshadowed by constant fan wars and pointless attacks. It's heartbreaking to see a space that once brought people together now being used to spread negativity. This isn't what K-pop was meant to be. It's time to step back, remember why we fell in love with it in the first place, and bring back the kindness and respect that made this community so special. RM's money disappeared into the wrong hands. On his birthday last year, RM made a generous donation of about $70,000 to South Korea's Ministry of Patriots and Veterans Affairs. He said he wanted to show support for people in uniform, like soldiers, police officers, and firefighters. While he and his group perform on stage, he explained, there are others working behind the scenes to keep the country safe. His words and actions were praised across the country, and the minister at the time publicly thanked him. She also used the moment to promote the ministry's donation system, encouraging more people to give. And it worked. Before RM's donation, only one person had made what's called a designated donation, a type of donation where you can choose exactly how your money is used. After RM's example, more than 2,000 people followed. But now, something concerning has come to light. Even though the ministry allowed people to say how they wanted their donations to be used, it turns out they didn't actually have a system in place to follow those wishes. Here's what's really going on. No matter what donors request, all the money gets put into one big account that's used to support veterans in general. That means someone could ask for their money to go to recently discharged soldiers or to Special Forces veterans. But in reality, there's no way for the ministry to make sure it happens. The donations aren't tracked in a way that separates or targets the funds for specific groups. Even so, the ministry's website still claims people can choose where their money goes. Critics say that's dishonest. One lawmaker, Lee Young-moon from the Democratic Party, publicly called out the ministry. He said they knew it was nearly impossible to keep track of designated donations, but they still promoted that idea to the public. He argued that this was a serious issue, especially because people trusted their money would be used as promised. Later, an official from the ministry admitted that donations are being tracked manually. They said that in reality, it's very hard to organize or use the money exactly as donors request. The official also admitted that the updated regulations were mostly created for publicity, not for actual change. This whole situation raises big concerns. People want to help. RM showed that even one act of generosity can inspire thousands more. But if the government can't handle those donations properly or keep their promises to donors, people may stop giving altogether. And those who already donated, thinking their money would support a specific group of veterans, might never know where it actually went. The surprising friendship between Jungkook and Suga's father has been revealed. Back in 2020, when people around the world were stuck at home because of the pandemic, BTS found a way to make fans feel close even from a distance. Instead of performing on stage or meeting people in person, they held a small, cozy online pajama party through Zoom. Only 200 fans were chosen at random to join, which made the event feel even more special. Those lucky armies got the rare chance to talk to the members, ask questions, and hear personal stories straight from BTS themselves. One of the moments that stood out the most during the live stream was something fans didn't expect. While talking, the group shared that Jungkook had a very special nickname given to him by none other than Suga's dad. According to the members, Suga's father calls Jungkook Sundongi. It's a Korean word used to describe someone who is pure-hearted, kind, and gentle. And fans immediately felt like it made perfect sense. Jungkook has always been seen as someone sweet and respectful, whether he's speaking softly to fans, caring for animals, or quietly helping others behind the scenes. After hearing about the nickname, fans quickly embraced it too, saying it captured the real Jungkook better than any stage name ever could. But that wasn't the only thing fans found out during the virtual party. Jungkook also opened up with a few personal facts that fans hadn't heard before. One of the things he revealed was that whenever he's feeling sad or a bit down, he turns to food for comfort. His go-to dish is samgyeopsal, which is grilled pork belly, a favorite in South Korea, and something many people enjoy during tough days. He also admitted that he no longer has the original guide version of Magic Shop, a BTS song that means a lot to fans. Guide vocals are early recordings that help shape the final version of a song, and fans were surprised to hear that his had been lost. For many, it felt like losing a small piece of BTS history, especially since Magic Shop is such a deeply emotional song. And finally, he spoke about his dreams. Even though Jungkook has already helped write and produce BTS songs, he said he sometimes dreams about songwriting on his own. This showed that he's still hungry to grow and explore new sides of his creativity. Fans who heard this were excited by the idea that he might one day release more personal music, or even a solo album. RM slipped up and accidentally revealed information about BTS that wasn't meant to be public. At a fashion event in Seoul on October 15th, something unexpected happened. BTS members RM, J-Hope, and V showed up to support W Korea's Love Your W breast cancer awareness campaign. But during a light, casual chat at the event, RM let something slip, something fans had been waiting years to hear. BTS is planning to release new music in March 2026. The reveal came in the most ordinary way possible, through a short Instagram video posted by W Korea. In the clip, RM was seen talking about how he wanted to work on his dancing. He said fans would be able to see the results next year, and without much thought, added the words, "End of March." Just like that, one of the most important updates about BTS's comeback timeline was out in the open. Until that moment, fans only knew that the group would likely return in spring 2026. RM's casual mention was the first time anyone from BTS had said a specific month out loud. The whole moment unfolded naturally. Someone at the event asked the three members what their year-end plans were. RM answered honestly, saying they would be working on their new album. He explained that they'd be spending time filming the jacket photos, which are the album's cover and promo images, and shooting the music video. What happened next made fans even more excited. J-Hope jokingly asked RM if he wanted to start dance practice right there, on the spot. It sounded like a friendly challenge, meant to make them laugh, but RM surprised everyone by saying he was actually starting dance training the very next day. V added to the playful mood by breaking into a spontaneous dance beside them, which made RM go one step further. He said fans would get to see his improved dance moves by the end of March. That sentence changed everything. Fans immediately began sharing clips of the video, posting translations, and discussing what the comeback could look like. Social media lit up with theories, excitement, and countdowns. Even though the announcement wasn't planned, it felt like a gift. This wasn't the first time RM had accidentally shared big news. Fans have long called him the spoiler king because of his habit of giving away little hints about future plans without meaning to. This time, his easygoing answer ended up creating massive buzz, and it's likely BigHit Music hadn't planned to reveal anything just yet. There's still no official comeback date announced by the label, but RM's comments suggest that the album is already in progress. If they're working on photo shoots, dance practice, and a music video, that means production is well underway. His mention of March also suggests that the music is probably being recorded, or will be very soon. BTS's last group release was Proof in 2022, just before the members began their mandatory military service. Since then, each member has focused on solo projects while completing their service duties. If everything goes as hinted, this will be BTS's first group comeback in nearly 4 years. That's a huge gap in the K-pop world, where artists usually release something new at least once a year. So the excitement building around this comeback is massive. Even a few words from RM, said in a relaxed setting, were enough to make headlines around the world. Whether RM meant to share the news or not, fans now have something very real to look forward to. The countdown to March 2026 has officially begun, and armies everywhere will be watching closely for every hint, spoiler, and teaser that comes next. A music producer is facing backlash after making comments about BTS. Swedish music producer Alexander Karlsson is under fire after a TikTok video he posted spiraled into controversy. What began as a casual story time quickly turned into a wave of criticism from K-pop fans, especially after he mentioned well-known groups like BTS and 17. Viewers accused him of using their names to gain attention and make himself seem more connected to the industry than he really is. In the viral video, Karlsson responded to a fan asking whether he had ever met any famous K-pop idols. He said that he had met most of them, but not in the way people would imagine. He explained that these weren't formal industry meetings or studio collaborations, but casual encounters that supposedly started with the idols themselves. Karlsson claimed that he wasn't the one trying to meet artists like BTS. Instead, he suggested that they were the ones reaching out to him. He said some idols had messaged him privately, inviting him to dinner or drinks to talk about working together. He added that if people could see his inbox, they'd notice that these idols often found ways to meet up with him, either to connect socially or discuss potential projects. He then told a story that drew even more attention. According to him, 2 idols once approached him while he was out on a date and nervously asked if he could produce songs for their next album. He didn't reveal who they were, but since he had already brought up BTS and 17. Earlier in the video, fans assumed he was hinting at members from those groups. That assumption was enough to spark immediate outrage. Once the clip spread online, fans from multiple fandoms began criticizing him heavily. Many accused him of exaggerating or twisting events to make himself seem more influential. Some pointed out that his tone in the video came across as arrogant, as if he was saying these idols were eager or even desperate to work with him. They found it disrespectful and unprofessional. Others said that even if there was a bit of truth to his story, casually mentioning names like BTS without clear proof was irresponsible. In the K-pop industry, reputation and accuracy matter a lot. Suggesting connections to famous idols without evidence can easily create misunderstandings, especially when it involves BTS, whose fan base is known for protecting the group against rumors and false claims. The backlash grew quickly. Within hours, clips from the TikTok had spread across X and other platforms, with thousands of fans accusing Karlsson of clout chasing. They argued that he used vague language on purpose, saying just enough to make it sound like he was connected to top-tier idols while avoiding direct statements that could be disproved. Many felt that the video was designed to attract attention, not to share a genuine story. So far, Karlsson has not released any statement or clarification. He has gone quiet on social media since the controversy erupted. As of now, there's no verified record showing that he has worked directly with any major K-pop act. Some believe Karlsson may have exaggerated his story for entertainment, or to build a more interesting online persona. Others think it shows how foreign producers sometimes rely on mentioning famous K-pop names to gain recognition. Regardless of the motive, most fans agree that using BTS's name without proof is risky, and almost always backfires. At the moment, Karlsson's standing among K-pop fans has clearly suffered. Many are calling on him to either back up his claims or publicly explain himself. BigHit faces backlash amid fan claims that V has been excluded. On October 15th, a simple social media post from BigHit Music quickly turned into a heated debate online. The company had shared a My Daily article celebrating BTS's massive impact during the fashion weeks, but fans of BTS's V immediately noticed something missing: his name, and more importantly, his record-breaking numbers. The article highlighted how BTS generated about $40 million in total media value from appearances in New York, Milan, and Paris, where 5 of the 7 members represented top luxury brands. RM appeared for Bottega Veneta, Jin for Gucci, Jimin for Dior, Jungkook for Calvin Klein, and V for Celine. It praised their influence in the fashion world, noting that each member contributed significantly to BTS's global media presence. However, when readers looked closer, they saw something odd. The report listed specific earned media value, EMV numbers for some members, but V's figure was nowhere to be found. This stood out because according to multiple fashion analytics platforms, V had the highest EMV of all BTS members. His number alone made up nearly 1/3 of BTS's total Fashion Week media value, yet My Daily didn't mention it at all. Fans didn't think this was an innocent mistake. They quickly pointed out that V had been ranked as the #1 musician and the top K-pop act at Paris Fashion Week, recognized by fashion data sources for his massive global reach. They argued that his omission from the report and BigHit's decision to repost it without comment felt deliberate. Soon, social media was flooded with screenshots and posts comparing the official numbers from various analytics platforms. Many fans accused BigHit of trying to minimize his achievements, saying the company's reposting of an incomplete article was another example of what they saw as ongoing favoritism. As the conversation spread, more fans joined in, frustrated that an article meant to celebrate BTS as a group had ignored one of their most successful members in the fashion scene. They pointed out that My Daily had included detailed mentions of RM's partnership with Bottega Veneta and Jin's collaboration with Gucci, yet said nothing about V's record-breaking success at Celine. To them, the pattern seemed too obvious to ignore. Fans also criticized BigHit directly for not taking responsibility. They said that a company managing all 7 members equally should ensure fair recognition across the board, especially when accurate public data about V's achievements was already available. Some wrote that reposting a story that erased one member's success made the company look careless at best and biased at worst. By that evening, the hashtag #RespectVi began trending globally on X, with thousands of fans demanding answers. Many asked BigHit to clarify why they had shared the article without mentioning V's accomplishments, while others called for an updated post that included his figure. Despite the growing noise, neither BigHit Music nor My Daily has issued any statement. The silence has only added to the frustration among fans, who continue to push for transparency. Industry analysts have since confirmed that V's EMV ranking places him among the top global fashion influencers, surpassing even some established brand ambassadors and high-profile models. His appearance at Paris Fashion Week made international headlines, with media outlets describing him as one of the most impactful celebrity attendees of the season. Videos and photos of him at the event spread widely online, helping boost not just Celine's visibility, but the overall conversation around Fashion Week. For many fans, this incident is about more than just numbers. They argue that BTS's success has always come from the combined efforts of all 7 members, and that no one's contributions should be downplayed or ignored.